Bass Pro Shops One Source. Brought to you by Global Outfitters Outdoor University.
Hello, I'm Sam Hall with Global Outfitters Outdoor University, and I'm here today for Bass Pro Shops, your one source. Now, we've been Arkansas waterfowling with BMW hunting, and we're back home today, and I want to clean these birds for you. Now, we got out of the blind last night about dark. We bagged our birds, put them in the refrigerator, moved them home. It's perfectly fine to clean these birds today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to breast one of each out, and I'm also going to pluck one of each of these birds. We'll show you how to cook them in an upcoming episode. Now, I've got 3 wash basins here. I'm going to move my birds through them, and I'm going to de-blood them, and I'm going to get the salt in there. I've got some kosher salt. Any salt will work. And I'm going to put some salt in the water, and that'll allow us to draw some of that blood out of the bird. I've got a knife sharpener, a couple of knives, a pair of snips, and I'm always close to a garbage can. So let's get started cleaning these birds. First one I'm going to do is a mallard, and I'm going to start plucking this bird. Okay, now that I got my bird most of the way plucked, you notice I didn't pluck the wings, the head, and I did get down on the feet. Now I'm going to be able to take my knife and my scissors and my clips, and I'm going to clip the wings off this bird and the legs and the head, and then we'll get some of these feathers and make sure we take care of them before we put this in the wash. So now I have it. I've got my bird completely plucked. I've got my legs, my wings, and my head cut off. Now I'm going to grab a lighter. You can do this with a match, a little acetylene torch, whatever you want to use with fire, but I'm going to burn some of these pin feathers off and some of these lint feathers off. Another thing you can do, if I had a lot of birds, I would have done this with a paraffin wax solution. I'd have taken about a pound of paraffin wax and I put it in a very large Dutch oven, the largest one I have, and then I'd dip my birds in it once the water was boiling, and I'd pull them out, and when the wax dries, I could pull the hair off much easier. So that's one way, but just for a few birds, I don't go through that worry. I'm perfectly fine with this, and now I'm ready to take the guts out of this bird. For that, we're going to turn it over. We're going to make a cut from the very back of the bird up to the breastplate. And I'm trying to stay on the surface as not to disturb the intestines. Simply opened up my hole, and I'm going to reach in. It doesn't get very much. It doesn't get easy. I'm gonna pull the internals out of this bird. This is not the cleanest job in the world. That's why it's always nice to have a couple of bowls of water here. So I have a nice mallard. This is a full-bodied mallard. Still got some fat up under it. This was a good migrating bird. It's going to be very good roasted in the oven, and we'll get to that later. We'll move it through my wash pans real quick. I'm going to let it soak there a minute. I've got my salt open now. I put my bird from my first wash, knocked most of the blood off of it. And I'm going to put some salt in the second wash over here, and that will help draw that out before I put it in the final wash. I'm going to let that soak while I work on the next bird. Now, it's quite obvious that we burned up all of our daylight outside before we were able to finish cleaning our birds. So I brought them inside, cleaned them up a little bit in the sink, and wanted to show you exactly how they came out. We have our plucked goose here, speckled belly, and our plucked mallard, greenhead here. We have the breast from the speckled belly here and the breast from the mallard. I've cut off one of the tenderloins to give you an example. These come off the bottom side of the breast on the mallard. We have the legs and thighs for the goose here and the legs and thighs for the mallard here. And I kept the internal organs, which we call giblets, to go in our recipe. As a matter of fact, the next time you see these birds, they'll be going into my oven with a fine recipe, and I hope to be sharing it with you. So for Global Outfitters Outdoor University and Bass Pro Shops, your one source, I'm Sam Hall, and we'll see you next time.